A lot of people sandbag in testing. A lot of things
That's the
go
other
into
thing that
testing.
I
How about,
struggle with
you know,
for testing is it's not a true representation. Testing to me is like preseason games in
yeah,
football,
yeah. But
right?
like, I
Your
will say
best
this,
guys aren't out there. You're not putting in the full effort, you know.
right? But McLaren painting the whole side of their car green, that was interesting. What's happening, two car guys? We are back with F1 testing. Let's talk about it.
Back with F1 testing in Bahrain.
Yes.
And it got off to a little bit of a rocky start. So, I mean,
it was spicy, man.
It was. It got off to a little bit of a rocky start. Before we get going, let me first say to everybody out there, thank you for watching the channel.
Appreciate you.
Thank you for tuning in for F1 content. We want to do more of this, so make sure that you're liking and subscribing. Make sure that you're dropping some notes into the channel. We'd love to talk to you about this. Is going to be a really interesting season of F1. And
we're ready.
John, I promised you I have some big news, right?
Okay.
Regarding F1.
We'll get you want to kick it off with the big news, or you want to wait till later?
No, big news.
Hit me with it.
We need like the drum roll, right? That's
right. Let's go.
So the big news is I actually bought F1 TV this year.
Oh, welcome to the party, my guy. Yes. Look, I'm telling you, man, it's a game changer. You can watch everyone in like buy the car. Like, it's amazing. I love F1 TV.
I will say,
if you're not watching F1 TV,
I will say I already hate it. Do you know why I hate it? I hate it because I love it so much that I'm casting to one TV and I'm casting to another TV. I'm literally watching the stats on my iPad for the testing.
That's what I'm
watching in car on the driving simulator. It's a new and I'm watching live or on the TV. It's too much. It's too much. I love it. And it's too much.
Oh, it's so good. Look, so we're talking about F1 testing. We're talking about. Let's just go into it, man. Let's start with. I'll pull somebody out of the sky here. Carlos Sainz in testing. What do you think, man?
Carlos Sainz, is he still with us? Oh, that's right. He got relegated to Williams.
Look, man, but he's taking that little blue car and hobbling on up, and he's been top of the charts all weekend, man. So all week. So
listen. Look. Okay, look. Here's the deal.
I'm happy.
I am an F1 fan. I think anybody who's been watching our channel for a while can tell I'm an F1 fan. If I was downstairs right now and you guys had the camera downstairs, you could see that I recently bought all of the F1 Legos, and I'm going to work to build them.
This man has went all in
the order that they finished last year in the constructors championship.
For all the car people that are watching this that aren't F1 people, he's a little bit of a Lego fanatic. Look above him.
Like all in, buddy.
It's aggressive. If you've ever been to Adam's house, you would know this man. If he could buy flowers for a girl, they're coming in Lego form.
That'd be legit. So, I'm not gonna lie, that'd be legit.
And you know, I think that's Adam.
I will say a friend of mine and his wife recently got into the whole Lego flowers, and they've been doing that together. So don't knock it. But
look, they don't ever die. I guess that's a good thing.
No. So listen, I am an F1 fan, right?
Yes.
I am so upset how last year ended because I know that look, you can only have 2 drivers per team. I get it. Right? There's going to be one seat. Somebody's going to have to lose their seat.
Yes.
Right? Hamilton is a known quantity. He is a known property. He is a 7-time world champion driver. And he is also, I mean, probably the GOAT at this point. I mean, he's amazing, right?
I mean, he's all right.
He's amazing.
Yeah, he's a great driver.
With that being said, okay, and FYI, if for those of you who have never seen it, just get on YouTube real quick and search him swapping his car with Valentino Rossi and him driving Valentino Rossi's motorcycle.
Yeah,
or
that's a cool video.
Or search him driving a NASCAR for the first time and then trying to get him in the pits and he's just going around, you know, clicking off laps. The dude is awesome. So when he says I want to go to Ferrari, you know,
Ferrari's
People are
like, what'd you say? Yes, 100%, please. We'll get the car ready, sir. Don't worry. What color would you like? Red?
Right.
Cool. Would you
Right.
like some yellow? Got it.
Yeah, no
Not a
problem.
problem.
How would you like this car to be set up?
Yeah,
And I will tell you the fanfare that follows Hamilton is amazing, right?
Oh my gosh.
And
You know what it reminds me of? Have you ever been to the Masters and seen Tiger Woods? The following that Tiger Woods brings to the Masters is unbelievable. Like people
well, no,
follow him
he's
in
an
packs,
he's an
but he's an
incredible
amazing
talent.
golfer.
Yeah.
And I think that's the same thing that you see with Hamilton. Like if you walk up to a random person, you're like, and you don't know them from anybody else, and you're like, who's your favorite driver? 80% of the time, they're going to say Hamilton.
Well, that's to be fair, that's who most people know, right?
Yes.
Because he's almost the face of F1 at this point.
He's flipped the script for F1 since he joined.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like back in the day, it would have been like
Michael Schumacher
or Senna,
Ayrton Senna, or
any
Nigel
one of
Mansell.
those, and then he was the first one to come in and be like, bam, and then consecutively. It got to a point where people were like, I don't even want to watch F1 anymore. I heard Hamilton's going to win this weekend. And they're like, oh, he did.
Yeah.
You know,
But I mean, so when he comes to your team, forget all the sponsors he's bringing with him. Forget all the fan base he's bringing with him. You know, forget the LH collective he's bringing with him.
Yeah.
He's bringing so much to the team.
I mean,
that anybody would be silly to be like, oh no, not us, not our team. You know,
no, please don't bring all your sponsors. By the way, the Ferrari this year is coated in sponsors. So
it is,
it
is. Now, I think it's only going to get worse, John. I know that you didn't really love the Ferrari livery. I know we joked about maybe Fig Newtons across the livery. Fig Newtons across
like
the
across the grill,
the windscreen,
like,
right?
Go, man.
But I hate to say it, I think it's only going to get worse because Lewis's contract with, I think he's with, I forget which designer he's with right now, but his contract with that designer is about to end. And if you haven't been to Ferrari, if you live in the Atlanta area, if you live in the Miami area, I think there's one in New York. If you have a Ferrari store, not where you can buy the car, but where you can buy the merchandise, they go hard in the paint on like no, not even Hamilton, because they can't do it yet, right? Oh, yeah. They go hard in the paint on just fashion clothing, fashion, fashion.
Very much
bags
like this dude walks up looking. Somebody said it the best. He walks up looking like one of the Fortnite characters.
He is a Fortnite character. So I mean, yeah, he's a Fortnite character, man.
Oh my god, that one had me dying, man. Like here he comes in the Ferrari paddock as a Fortnite character.
Yeah, my son was playing Fortnite.
Right, look,
he's like, Dad, you know LH is in there? But here's the deal. Okay, somebody had to go somewhere.
Yeah,
and I will go down swinging, saying it should have been Leclerc.
You know, I'll say this. He is the love child of Ferrari, right? Like everybody was like, he's coming. That was a big deal. And then when he got there, he had a lot of mishaps in his first year. His second year, he kind of stabilized, it seemed like. But then the third year, it was right back to the mishaps. And now here we are.
Granted, some of that was Ferrari being Ferrari, right?
It was Ferrari being Ferrari.
But look,
honestly, even in testing, let's just be honest. Like in testing, the Ferrari didn't look that great.
No, it didn't.
We're talking a lot about Hamilton, so I figured we'll just hit it. Ferrari was not looking
Hamilton looked okay. Ferrari didn't look great, right? Hamilton looked like he was getting comfortable in the car, right?
Yeah, top three, but not like number one.
Yeah.
I
don't know. I feel so bad for Carlos because I feel like he deserves better.
Well, he got better and better throughout the year last year. Like that car wasn't really performing better, but he was like killing it last year.
Yes, but look, 2023. Who was the only driver to beat a Red Bull team? The only driver.
The only one. Yeah. And then they give him the boot. Like, what? Proven track record, I would say that Carlos has done the best with the least. And I think that's why the Williams is looking as good as it does. I'm really happy to see them, performing well. But yeah.
I mean, Carlos even looked good in a Renault.
He did. He looked good in every car he's been in. Yeah. Carlos has done well. Now, outside of car failures and, some mistakes, he's not perfect, but the he has done a great job in that car. In any car he's been put in, I've been extremely happy with.
How many teams has he been with now? He's been with Ferrari,
No,
McLaren.
he started out with Toro Rosso.
Okay, so Tory, McLaren, Ferrari.
Yes.
And what was the other one? Renault, and now Williams. So he's been with 5 teams on the grid.
Yeah. Probably more. I'm probably missing one, honestly. Yeah. And every time, if you look at the stats, every time he's went to a team, they've done significantly better. I
mean, he's a
his father was a great driver.
Real talent. He's a real talent.
He's a talent. Yeah. So Williams, we talked about him. What about his teammate?
I will say that Alex, I like him I think he's a great personality. I think he's a great driver. He's not an exciting talent. I don't know.
Right.
Does that sound right?
I mean, here's the thing. Like, under pressure, he doesn't do well. And so, like, when he was in the Red Bull, obviously I wanted to see him do well. Like, anybody that goes into that seat with Max, I want to see him do well.
Oh, he struggled in the Red Bull.
And he, like, out of the gate didn't look great. And then he had some little pops where you thought he was going to do well, and then, like, Hamilton could get right under him and just loop him. And I was like, and that happened 3 times in a row, and I was like, this dude's confidence has got to be in the dirt. And sure enough, they booted him like the next, like,
do you think they got rid of Gasly too quick when he was at Red Bull?
Absolutely. But also Gasly, I feel like Gasly gave up. Like, he got to a point where he completely gave up. At one point, they were like, Gasly, you've got to drive the car. You are in last place. You have got to get closer to the other car. And there was no one pushing
You're about to get overtaken by your teammate.
You're about to get overtaken by your teammate. And what happened? He just got overtaken by his teammate. And that's when you know that the driver has completely mentally checked out. He's done. And that's what happened with Gasly there. Now, is he a good driver? Yes. Under pressure? No. I think that as long as the pressure's not on him, he's doing great.
I will tell you the just weird thing, with Red Bull. So for those of you who are Lego people, who are into the F1 Legos, they're all a little bit different. They're not all the same. Each car is a little bit different because they're trying to mimic the side pods and the floors and this and that, right? The helmets for the F1 Legos this year are more like F1 helmets. They have like the little tail on the back and they have the logos on the front. They look less like Lego helmets and more like F1 helmets,
so
right?
Less like a little round pod.
Correct.
And more like a helmet.
Exactly. Okay. Super cool, right?
Neat.
What's interesting is the Red Bull F1 car comes with a blonde person.
Okay.
And the only blonde person I know for a Red Bull is Liam Lawson.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a weird choice. That's a weird choice to ship your car with the brand new guy.
So let's talk about Liam Lawson. Let's talk about him. And he was the first one to spin in testing. That's not a good look. Right? Like,
how upset do you think that Yuki Tsunoda is this season?
Look, man, we've had this conversation before. Yuki's following Honda to Aston. I don't know that he's that concerned.
He might be following Honda to Aston.
I mean, that's my thoughts. Check me if I'm wrong in a year and a half.
But didn't Lance just sign a new contract?
I mean, Lance always is a considerable feature, but the chances of Alonso being there is the question mark.
Don't you even?
Mister.
Don't you
Alonso jacket and hat?
No, this is just an Aston Martin jacket, but it's an Alonso hat right there. Right. See? And it's got 14 on the side too. See?
I mean, I'm with you, bro. I got an Alonso hoodie in the closet downstairs, and I love Alonso. I don't want him to leave F1. But I can tell you, there's a chance.
I think when Hamilton retires and Max retires and Leclerc retires,
Alonso's still going to be driving?
Alonso's still going to be driving.
What are you driving, Alonso? Cadillac.
Cadillac.
Ain't no telling, man.
It's my 20th year in the sport.
Yeah, my 55th year in the sport. My name's Alonso. I've been driving this whole time. All right, so we hit on.
I would be so upset if Alonso leaves right before. I predict this is 2025.
Okay.
I predict in 2026 that the Aston Martin car is going to be a force to be reckoned with, because you've got Adrian Newey, you've got Honda.
Oh, they have the dream team. The question: can they put it all together? Can they put it all together?
Can.
I agree.
Look at what Alonso was doing with subpar equipment 2 years ago.
I mean, look, man, look at what he was doing with McLaren when they first returned to the sport, and he drove the car with 4 flat tires.
I'm sorry, you mean that orange canal boat that he was driving?
Yes. Like, holy crap, man. That was some determination that you don't see in some drivers. So, hey, man, look, I respect Alonso. Do I think he'll be in the sport next year? Hopefully. I would really, really like to see him there.
If he's not in the sport next year, I may take some time off, because
I'm out. It's funny though. I followed Alonso into the sport. Like when he came back with McLaren and their return, that's what got me into Formula One. I followed that, and it was a horrible return, by the way. Bad.
I mean, I would feel the same way that I feel for Jason Kelsey with the.
We're going to a whole nother sport.
Yes, I feel the same way I feel about Jason Kelsey. He retired last year, and then the Philadelphia Eagles go to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl the year after he retires. He's got to be burned by that.
He flipped the helmet car at the Super Bowl?
No.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
He was driving it on the street and flipped the Philadelphia Eagles helmet car.
Hopefully everybody's okay.
I don't know. It didn't look like a good wreck.
Oh.
Yeah, it looked like he put his hand out, and it not a good ending.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to Formula One. So, we talked about Liam Lawson. We talked about Williams. We talked about Ferrari. What about Alpine? What do we think?
What about him?
Yeah. Right. I don't know, man. I didn't see much about them. They didn't talk about them a lot.
No, they didn't.
I'd say they're mid-pack, like back of the page, man. Nobody's really went in depth with them. I think them, Haas, and obviously the green car. Sauber, yeah. Not talked about a lot, man. I don't see a lot of traction about them. They're literally, everybody wants to talk about the top 3.
Yeah, but let me ask you a question. How much effort do you put into this car? How much effort do you put into the 2025 car for Kick Sauber
to turn around
for Alpine, and know that you're not even going to be the same team next year?
A lot of them have said that this year is a build-up year for next year.
It's a filler year, man.
But we heard that at the end of like 2020, right? Like when they were doing the new car, it's the Aero car and all this stuff, and everybody had the what is it called, the porpoising going on,
yeah.
And
did you notice that they were getting a little bit of that in testing this?
I did see that.
Testing the second session?
Day 1, day 2. Yeah, day 2. Yeah.
And what was great about it was they had to explain to new viewers what porpoising is.
Yeah.
And I'm over here going, I swear to God, if we spend another season watching these guys bounce down the racetrack, I am going to.
Oh, and the car's so bouncy.
Oh, my God.
One other thing we need to talk about, though, is the racetrack. We didn't talk about it a lot, but let's talk about some of the things that brought out red flags. Did you see those things?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't catch a lot of that. I did see that the power went out.
Okay, yeah, power grid shut down on them.
Power grid shut down. I also saw that while they were interviewing George Russell, he dropped the F-bomb.
Yes, a few drivers cussed. I don't know if they'll make it to the grid this year. We're hopeful. We're hopeful that they'll be there.
They're done. They're done.
A few drivers said some choice words. We won't repeat those words here because this is a family channel. But needless to say, we don't know if they'll make it to the grid. So we had red flag for power out. They were literally working on the cars with flashlights. Did you see that? That's amazing.
I saw somebody with his iPhone flashlight.
Yeah, like
looking at it.
I can't see to take the wheel off. We had a bus on the track. I don't know if you saw that.
I mean, that sounds. I did not see that, but that sounds awesome.
Literally, like a car come into the pits, and they were like, red flag, and a bus was driving on the track. I don't know where he was going. It was only one person in that bus. But yeah, so
That
not
guy
a good
may or
look
may
for
not have a
safety.
job right now.
Yeah, that dude's probably fired.
Unemployed.
Let's see what else. There was another thing, and I cannot remember what it was that caused a red flag, but it was something minuscule. So, we had some red flags.
Here's something.
Yes.
You know how I've been joking with you since like the end of last season about how Mercedes been pretty much all Andrea Kimi Antonelli?
Yes.
He did not look good.
He did not.
during testing.
No, he did not. How about the chrome jacket? I just want to place on this. How about the chrome jacket that your boy was wearing? Yeah, like,
Listen,
dude, I want that jacket. I don't know why. I don't even have a Mercedes, but I would rock the crap out of that chrome jacket that George Russell was wearing, dude. Like,
listen. He took Silver Arrow to a whole other level.
Whole nother level. He took it to the top, man.
Yeah, and he said, listen, we're called the Silver Arrows. I'm gonna be as silver as possible,
dude.
To be honest, he probably was like, I'm
2001. You know what I mean? Like it looked like straight back from 2001, like the Mercedes jacket from them.
He's like, I'm so sick of hearing everybody talk about Andrea. He's like, I'm just gonna walk out here in this chrome jacket,
dude. And we'll post that picture. What else happened?
I gotta be honest with you, man. You and I talked about this beforehand.
We don't have a lot to add to this.
It's not even that. It was just, for the most part, it wasn't. I don't want to say it was uneventful because it was eventful, but for the most part, it was just kind of like, I don't think anyone surprised me. How about that?
Yeah. There was nothing that was like reached out and grabbed us and we're like, we
Max
have
looked
to
good, Lando looked good,
yeah,
Piastri
the normal
looked good.
Yes, and yes.
Yeah.
Honestly, there was some talk about Piastri making McLaren mad. I don't know if that's true. I didn't see anything like that. And I'm sorry, I'm losing my voice. So like, if this video is coming out like that, I apologize. But yeah, like,
I didn't see anything from Piastri that I was like,
in general, like, the top three, they report on that. They're like, who's the top of the times? And the only thing that really stood out was Williams and Sainz putting the top of the times. But a lot of people sandbagging testing. A lot of things.
That's the other thing that I
about,
struggle with for testing is it's not a true representation. Testing to me is like preseason games in football.
Yeah,
right.
But like, I
your
will say
best
this.
guys aren't out there. You're not putting in the full effort.
Right. But McLaren painting the whole side of their car green. That was interesting. I will say. Like,
it was just arrow.
And then
paint.
standing in front of the car, they're like, no one can see the car. I'm like, everyone saw the car, like on the track.
Did you see that there was somebody with like a telescope looking at McLaren?
Dude, like, yeah, so I'll say this. They have a lot of aero. Well, I think it's mostly this. Everybody's in there trying to hide their secrets, right?
Right.
And it's like everybody must put on a show for testing. And it's like, we know we got the fastest car, but we're going to paint the whole side of it green, and then we're going to pretend like we didn't. And we're going to stand in front of it and say, no, we didn't do that. It's like, come on, man. Like, and then people are out there like, oh, I saw the flow riz. It went right there, and that means that car is going to be super fast this year. Absolutely. Sorry.
I saw people that were zooming in. I mean, literally, like, zooming in on the Aston Martin car. Yeah. And being like, oh, there's another air intake on the side. There's this other duct.
They said they have a new duct. I did see that. So I watched a lot of stuff on like the breakdown of the aero between last year and this year for the cars. And there is some differences. There's some major differences, which is I love the dorky stuff. You like Legos. It's cool, man. We're on the same page. But like, they went in and they're like Aston Martin's new intake and all this stuff. And there was some cool stuff. Has had half their car blow off. That was crazy.
You don't need a whole car.
Half the car was like laying in the...
Yeah, but you know what? That's just weight savings. You're good.
It got lighter instantly. I don't know, really picked up some speed. What changed? And they're like, please pit now. Please pit now. But, I don't know, man. I mean, preseason testing, it's kind of a boring thing to report on, but some cool stuff happened. We got to see cars on the track, which is
I
what
honestly
we love,
think that was what it was all about, because I don't. It feels longer every year between the last race and the first race. I know
80
it's
days.
not. I know it's not longer, but it feels longer every year.
Yeah.
And I know that the F1 racers are all like, man, I could use some time off because it's like one country to another country to another country to another country.
Yeah,
I get it.
I couldn't imagine traveling that much.
But I want to see cars on track, you know?
And we
I'm
saw
over
that.
here. I'm over
should
here
be
looking
happy.
for.
We saw that.
I am. I am
You
happy.
sound
and
a little down and out. I don't know.
I am
man.
happy, and I paid for the F1 TV's app, so
Welcome.
I mean, I'm moving in the right direction. I just, you know, I'm just ready to see him duke it out because the thing is,
we did see one car go in for a pit and kind of, you know, do a little. It was.
I also saw Max forget that they did not finish first.
He did a little
and pulling the wrong pit.
There's that, and then also he did a little spin. We had Lawson do a little spin.
Yeah,
had a couple cars do some spins all by themselves. This is the first time in testing though we did not have a red flag for a wreck or anybody push the car, and that's the part that kind of.
Do you know why you didn't have a red flag for a wreck?
Oh no! Please enlighten me.
Because Lance Stroll was sick.
I'm logging off right now. How do I end this thing?
He was. He didn't even drive the car half of the testing.
That's your favorite driver, man. You're wearing his hat. Oh, wait,
sorry,
wrong
better
hat.
stop. You better stop. You better stop.
No,
That's
man.
why you didn't have a red flag, man. Hey,
honestly,
if you guys haven't watched it, our prediction show is live. It's you know,
check that button down below.
A week ago,
We'll send a link.
And in our predictions show, one of the predictions was who's going to bring out the first red flag, and my money's on Lance. So I'm hoping. I don't want him to get hurt, but you know, if he can, like, you know,
be nice, man. Be nice, man. The
thing.
Canadians love him. Maybe not all Canadians. If you're a Canadian, please comment below and let me know who you do love.
Lewis Hamilton.
Right, yeah. But no, man. I think that wraps it up. I don't know did we miss anything? If we did, let us know in the comments below.
No, I will say
F1 testing.
Aston didn't have a great showing because Lance Stroll was sick, and then Fernando actually wasn't feeling well either, but he still managed to be on track. So they think there was a bug going around or something.
Pretty sure they ate the
with.
same Grey Poupon.
Oh, right. Yeah. But so, needless to say, Aston didn't have a good showing because their drivers weren't in tip-top shape.
Right.
So that was kind of disappointing. And on that bombshell,
shut it down.
That's been the end of our episode.
Thank y'all for joining. If you haven't hit that button before, hit that like button. We see that like 2% of our people are actually, you know, subscribed to the channel. So hit that subscribe button and join us on this wonderful adventure. If you like Formula One, please let us know because we want to keep doing it. And if y'all don't like it, we're going to change it up and we're going to talk about something else. So
we would really like to keep doing
button.
Formula One because it's something we enjoy, and we're still going to be going to the races and stuff like that. So let us know you like it too, and we'll keep delivering it. But we'll also continue to deliver news and updates on cars and all the fun stuff that you guys like too.
All that said, peace, love, and chicken grease. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Bye.